Hey, what's up guys? I am Mike, and this man is an utter piece of gutter trash. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm so sick of every time I talk about 28 Weeks Later, people are like, there was nothing he could have done, Mike. There's nothing he could have done. He didn't want to leave his children as orphans. He did the right thing. It was his wife's fault for chasing that young boy up the stairs. It was that stupid kid's fault for not wanting to die. I watched it again last night, and I used to blame the movie for this issue with this character. I no longer do. I was wrong about that. I'm going to talk about the movie as well, because 28 Weeks Later fucking rocks. But this piece of crap, we're going to go through the entire scene, and I'm going to show you exactly why. He's just a piece of absolute butt crack. The movie starts off, we see these two. He's like, you know, you're still gorgeous. I'd love to drink some dirty wine with you. And it's like, oh, that's sweet. But then he gives the old lady who's just trying to walk in the room. She's dealing with the infection too, pal. He gives her the dirtiest look ever. Like, what were you going to do? Bang your wife right there on the table in front of all these strangers? Anyway, they're eating pasta and it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. All of a sudden you hear a bang at the door. It's a small child. The small child begs to be let inside, and immediately...
Wait. Don't know who's in there.
I can't even remember the character's name in the movie, so we'll just call him Cockbag. Immediately, he's like, well, we don't know. It's clearly a small child. Have you ever heard the infected be like, help, let me in, I'm infected? No, it's a small child. It's clearly a small child, but immediately he's like, wait, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe we should just let that kid get eaten.
Come on, get in.
They let the kid in, and then, yeah, the kid definitely let loads of infected your way and caused them all to die. But you didn't know that. You didn't know that was going to happen. You have to let the kid in. Otherwise, what are we even doing here? What's humanity doing? If we're like, I got to give Dick Weasel here some credit. He at least fights him off for a minute. But the wife goes after the small child because she has a soul. And yes, the kid's being an idiot. Yes, the kid's about to get people killed, but it's a small child, man. Of course he's going to run. He's scared. Dickless Jacob runs after them. Screaming, making all the racket in the world, screaming his wife's name. He's being loud as shit. He might as well get on the Kmart audience speaker and be like, hey, my wife's on aisle 5. Please come eat her fucking ass. Like, he's actually, well, maybe that's not what he would have said, but he's literally just being loud as hell and screaming her name. Of course, they're probably going to find him anyway, but it doesn't help. Anyway, he gets to the room, and here's where it gets really just fucked up lasagna. He gets in there and immediately is like, leave the kid, leave the kid, leave the kid. The kid's right there in the closet. All right, the kid's probably like, honestly, I do wish you would leave me alone. I've survived this long, and you have both now led infected directly to me in this closet.
Leave him! Just leave him! I see him! Leave him!
You know what you do in that situation? Yeah, I know the kid's being an asshole. You burst in the doors and you grab that little fucker and you throw him over your shoulder fireman style, and then you say, all right, Barbara, let's get the shit out of here before these zombies eat you, and I slam the door in your face and run away. But no, he just goes, oh, leave the child, and then runs out the door. Now watch this. Everyone's like, there's nothing he could have done. The zombie comes in. Excuse me, I will probably accidentally say zombie. I mean to say infected. The infected comes in the door, and really it's just the first one. I know there's some behind him, but we're talking split seconds here. But at first it's just one. He has the fucking drop on the zombie. Okay? So let's go through as a man in this situation. As a man who has some semblance of nutsack or honor in your soul. I get it. You never know what you're going to do in this situation. But this guy does the wrong thing over and over and over again. It's not like he made one decision out of fear. He has the drop on the zombie, okay? The zombie is staring at his wife. His wife is staring at him, by the way, looking him dead in the face going, are you fucking serious, Ronald?
Dawn! Help us!
But she's like, Dawn! like he has a weight problem and she caught him eating a cupcake in the middle of the night. it's that wife face. But she caught him staring at a waitress at Cracker Barrel. Dawn! Anyways, he has the drop on the zombie. Okay, so as a man here, your several options are right there. Like, one of them is try to fight the zombie. Infected! Try to fight the infected. Grab that son of a bitch, ram him into the wall. He just fought like 3 of them. You tell me he couldn't just fight off one? And it was like, okay, the other ones were right behind him. She only needed a second. All she needed was a second, and she could have gotten out of there with that kid. And maybe you fight off a couple of them, get behind the door. You did it before, and you're out of there as well. Okay, that's one option. You say, well, he may have been bit. That's a stretch. Well, you know what? You do that to save the wife and mother of your children, okay? Secondly, worst case scenario, dude, you sacrifice yourself. You get in there and you stick that neck out for that infected and you all into those guys, just Goldberg tackle all of them, and you die. And it was like, well, he was thinking of his kids. Look at this weasel's fucking face. You think he's thinking of his kids in this moment? God, no. He's thinking of nothing but, I have shit my pants and I'm a gigantic fucking coward. We should not ever, ever act like this kind of behavior is okay from a human being. This guy sucks. So anyways, yeah, he could have sacrificed himself and his wife could have gotten away. And then, you know what? They wouldn't have been orphans. Well, you're going to tell me, well, he knew he could run faster. Shut up. He wasn't thinking that at all. He was thinking about his own little nutsack. And believe me, it's small. So yeah, he has several options. But you know what he goes with? Sorry. Slams the fucking door in his wife's face. Okay? Slams the door in his wife's face. Like, hey, at least, I know I'm trapping her in there with them, but at least it's going to give me a couple extra steps to get away from the infected. Like, he slammed the door in her fucking face. He made it harder for her to escape than it would have been had he not been there. The guy sucks. And I know the kid's not his responsibility, but like, it's a small child. It is all of our responsibilities to try and do the right thing when it comes to innocent children. But even if you don't feel that way, I judge you a little bit, but even if you don't feel that way, that's his wife, man. No one does that. No decent human being does that. But wait, there's more. Much more. He slammed the fucking door in her face. Sorry. As he's running in this gigantic fucking field, he turns around and his wife is in the mirror doing the green smoke thing from The Rock. We got green smoke. She's in the window. Like, I am still alive, Dawn. Dawn! Donald, get your ass back here, please. I mean, she's clearly alive and fine. And he goes, oh, fuck. Sorry. And just turns around and starts running again. Sorry. I mean, I get like all the flag football zombie players are hot on his heels at that point, but twice, man, she was still alive. You could have circled the fuck back. There were so many other things he could have done. Specifically in that first moment. I get the second moment's harder, but she's alive. At least take the boat and like circle back around and come check, because like she was alive in that room. He goes over to this boat, okay, and he's trying to help Jacob, and he's fighting all the zombies off. He's like, Jacob, like, oh, now you want to fucking help someone? Now you want to be helpful when there's a horde of zombies chasing you? And he wasn't, because that guy did all that shit to get that boat out. He swam away from all the zombies, and when it comes time for him to get to the boat, this fucking pussy can't even get him into the boat. He doesn't have the arm strength to. And I'm thinking in this moment, he's riding away. He's like, fuck, shit. Sorry.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I hope the infected version of her finds you in New England and literally eats you from the cock up, and not in a good way. But guess what? She's not the infected. More on that in a moment, because it gets worse. There's more, much more. He goes to his children, right? And they have this new sanitized area, a small area of the country that they're starting to repopulate with people, right? That they know there's no infected. There's a huge American military presence there. But this dude's kids, Imogen Poots and the boy, get off the tram and they run to him. And this motherfucker lies directly to his kid's face. They're like, what happened to mom? And he's like, well, let me take off my tool belt. Not once, but twice. Oh, she was being bitten and I did all I could.
I tried to go back.
No, you fucking didn't. I'm sorry for my terrible accent, but I'm upset. Then this motherfucker lied to his children about what happened. About how their mother died.
She was already gone.
This fuck bagel. That sweet little angel baby asked him a second time. Well, you did everything you could, right, Papa? And he lied again.
No, there was nothing I could do.
This guy is the fucking worst. Yeah, she knows. She fucking knows, pal. If there is an afterlife, you're in so much fucking trouble when you get home. So then the kids have to escape because they want to go to their house, because the little boy's, he's like, I'm afraid I'm going to forget what my mom looks like, because I don't even have a picture of him, because this piece of shit didn't even have a picture of his wife in his wallet or anywhere else. Anyways, so they decide to sneak out and go home and get their belongings and their memories of their mother. And that's an honorable effort. And yes, does it sort of kind of lead to them starting the entire infection over again? Uh-huh. Sure, it does. But at least they had good intentions, right? This motherfucker, because obviously they go back to the house, the mom's there. We realize that she's half infected, which is a really cool storyline. She has it in her blood, it's raging, but she has some sort of immunity to it. And if so facto, so could the kids. Anyways, they capture her, they take her back for testing, and they realize all this about her. And this motherfucker continues to muck shit up with his fucking cowardly behavior. Piece of shit. Fuckhole. God, I hate him so much. I'm sorry. He goes to talk to his kids, and they're rightfully like, you piece of gutter trash. You told us mom was dead. He's like, I'm sorry. Sorry. You said mom was dead. What happened was absolute scum. So he sneaks past guards because what he's trying to do is go to her first to run interference. Because like, if I can get to her first and I can just be like, I'm so sorry, then she won't tell my kids what an absolute piece of shit I am. So he's just doing absolute scumbag behavior, desperate piece of shit, manipulative behavior from this man. He sneaks past the guards, goes to his wife, and he's like, oh, you gotta be quicker than that, dear. I don't know what her reaction is because she's clearly not in her right head, but she's like, it's fine. And he just immediately takes that as, oh, sweet. And he sticks his big, sticky, spitful tongue into her mouth. And she can still transmit the virus. So he gets it, right? And then literally just fucks everything up. Fucks all the Elysium. Fucks all the, it just thousands of fucking deaths just on this guy's shoulders. Over and over and over again. And then the motherfucker beats the shit out of her, kills her because he's got the rage virus. Can't blame him for that, I guess. I want to. And continuously throughout this movie, hunts his own children down. I mean, he goes out of his way to infect his children, I feel like. Like, I know they're not, they can't help it. It seems like this guy is like, where is that little fucker? Because I'm gonna spit blood in his mouth. Like, he keeps showing up and fucking up the works. God, I hate that guy. But what I will say, that took way longer for me to get through. I think you're insane. I'm sorry. But if you actually sympathize with this man, I think you need to have your eyes checked. And maybe this too. Maybe a little bit of this. Maybe a lot of this. That was my nutsack. You need to get your nuts checked at the doctor. It's a good idea anyway. But yeah, I don't see how the hell. It's a movie character, so don't take me too seriously. But I mean, just how the fuck do people sympathize with this piece of shit? Fuck that. No, that's not normal behavior. That's absolute trash behavior. And anybody with any honor in their soul at all, in their fucking pinky toe, would have done more and done better. So with that being said, dude, I can't believe how great 28 Weeks Later was. Like, I forgot what a good movie it was. I think stuff like that pissed me off so bad, it took away from my enjoyment of the movie. But watching it right after 28 Days Later, I was like, what a cool idea to progress the story further. That was a really neat little thing. And in the end, it ends up all for naught. So you got this whole movie with all this cool drama and neat ideas and expanding of the lore of what's going on a little bit with the immunity situation and other things and their takes on the military and all that crap. You got all that, and really it was just like a side piece of a movie that was just its own full meal. You know, it was its own full thing. Yeah, they did the credit sequence after that just kind of shows it spreading, but really the movie just, it's kind of stands on its own, which is why when they do 28 Years Later, they'll probably be able to not really even talk about what happened here for sure. But I thought it was really cool, and Jeremy Renner was a badass, fucking awesome character in this. Pretty much his character out of Hurt Locker, you know, just a little bit more sane. But I really love the stuff that they did with the army. They used the fuck out of House on a Heartbeat, which is great. I love it. I don't think you can overuse that, but just tons of cool scenes, dude. When the dude from Lost takes the helicopter and takes out thousands of zombies at once, fucking all-timer scene, dude. That's one of the cool scenes in movie history, in my opinion. Fucking badass. Movie's mean as shit, man. Like, people will die and you're like, oh, fuck, that person just died. I mean, they got brutally fucking murdered. Rose Byrne gets her face just smashed in. That's not how you smash someone's face in, guys. And that underground scene with the night vision camera is scary as hell. Like, underratedly scary movie at times, for sure. Just really cool writing, really cool story, intriguing drama, and amazing set pieces, and awesome action scenes. And they managed to capture the feel of a lot of what Danny Boyle did with that digital camera that he shot on 28 Days Later. But they didn't overuse it, you know, just at certain times. So just awesome movie, dude. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. I absolutely think this movie rocks shit. I think we don't talk about it enough. I think maybe because since that first character is such a dickless fuckweasel, but yeah, I love the shit out of this movie, man. I thought it was really good. What did you guys think about it? What do you guys think about the situation? More to come. I'm going to be covering the entire 28 Days Later comic book series leading up to the film as well. And god damn, I can't wait for it. It's going to be an awesome film. I think we know that already. I love your fucking faces. See you soon.